Each small remark, each minor obstacle, if this penetrates your composure, you're surrendering your strength. The reality is the most resilient individuals don't encounter less difficulties. They've simply perfected their responses. Envision moving through your journey undisturbed. No excessive rumination, no uncontrolled reactions. Simply total mastery. Now I'll reveal to you the method to condition your thinking to remain imperturbable. Controlling the imperturbable perspective is fundamental. Life is filled with noise, external validation, constant annoyances, unforeseen roadblocks. What if I reveal that genuine power emerges from controlling strategic detachment? The secret lies in mastering to detach your emotions from external circumstances. When you let circumstances to command your emotions, you transform into a marionette controlled by external influences. However, when you condition your thinking to remain unmoved, you become the master of your destiny. When you embody this mindset, you radiate power silently. Think of the most influential individuals throughout time. They weren't the ones who responded without thinking to any insult. Their power wasn't in their capacity to debate, but in their ability to continue impassive. Picture a situation when someone offends you openly. The natural response for most is anger. However, what results when you just smirk and depart? You rob the instigator of their power. The same applies to failures and setbacks. People who comprehend the force of detachment perceive loss merely as feedback, a valuable lesson. They don't absorb defeat. They observe, adapt, and move forward. In what way do you develop this level of control? Cultivate the routine of hesitating before reacting. Ask yourself, does this scenario really influence my future objectives? One more essential factor lies in mental projection. Picture yourself as an individual who navigates existence unmoved. When you solidify this projection in your consciousness, it transforms into your truth. Emotional detachment isn't about suppressing feelings. It concerns commanding them. Envision this. You're within a fierce debate. Should you permit their statements to command your sentiments, or should you smirk impassively? When you adopt this approach, pressure reduces, clarity increases. What you focus on, you attract. Yet when you assume mastery of your thoughts and emotions, you emerge as a creator of your future. Training yourself to be emotionally detached doesn't indicate you grow callous. It signifies you cease permitting external forces to dictate your internal state. Your feelings assist you, not the other way around. Mindful indifference is a superpower. We're programmed to think we need to concern ourselves with everything. But true freedom emerges when you comprehend that most things simply don't matter. Neutrality doesn't indicate disinterest. It indicates choice. Not all conflicts merit engagement. As you cease responding to every minor inconvenience, you regain control. Cease pursuing validation. Pursuing validation is a snare. The moment you give someone else the power to determine your value, you relinquish mastery over your individual journey. Genuine certainty isn't granted. It's forged through individual autonomy. The most attractive persons don't supplicate for acceptance. They own who they are, flaws and all. Independence emerges when you relinquish the necessity to be approved by everybody. Whatever you perform, someone will perpetually opine. So why squander your power attempting to satisfy all? If you want to break free from the validation snare, start by asking yourself, whose assessment authentically matters? An additional vital move involves developing self-approval. When you start recognizing your inherent significance, environmental acceptance transforms trivial. The second you quit chasing acceptance is when you begin existing with liberty. Judgment is unavoidable, however, how you process it establishes your force. Condemnation only maintains as much force as you provide it. When you engage effectively, you let it control you. The strongest individuals don't allow judgment to disturb them. They analyze it with precise consciousness. Take what's useful and reject the remainder. Examine condemnation through rationality, not emotion. Two categories of judgment exist: helpful and damaging. Beneficial judgment is precious. Destructive criticism, however, is intended to tear you apart. Not each judgment warrants your concentration. When you answer condemnation with serene detachment, you show the world that your certainty is unwavering. The most resilient persons don't dread judgment. They utilize it intelligently or they disregard it entirely. Pressure exposes people. Some shatter, but the strong continue steadfast, since they condition their thinking before the hurricane emerges. The key lies in to detach from the need for control. Not all will proceed according to plan, yet you don't respond sentimentally. You respond with strategy. Most people crack under pressure since they fight actuality. Your consciousness is your combat arena. The thoughts you allow will decide your victory or defeat. To train an unshakable mind, you must build mental habits. Thankfulness to resist cynicism, discipline to override laziness. Daily you need to condition yourself to stay unshaken, to hesitate before responding. Most people are slaves to their emotions, but the ones who control their minds govern everything. Cognitive force is forged in routine, trivial occasions. Among the strongest thought patterns you should forge is detachment. Distance doesn't indicate apathy. It indicates command. Another crucial element consists of rigor. The mind will always seek ease. However, strictness reshapes consciousness. Commence minimally. Pledge to practices that strengthen your psychological power. Authentic force functions silently. It doesn't chase notice. It just executes and allows outcomes to communicate. The noisiest persons there are frequently the most fragile. If you wish to be valued, stop announcing your plans. Accomplishment isn't forged through statements. It's constructed via deeds. The further you speak, the more you attract scrutiny. As you operate quietly, no individual detects your advance. The strongest individuals don't squander power demonstrating worth. They allow their achievement to communicate. Silence is not passive. It's planning. When you articulate your remarks, maintain importance. In a world where everyone is desperate to be noticed, be the individual who doesn't chase notice. As others pursue recognition, you seek perfection. This is the difference between individuals who discuss accomplishing extraordinary feats and those who actually do them. The moment you stop feeding external validation, you will perceive something. People will start paying attention. They'll inquire about your process. And that's when you'll know you've genuinely controlled the situation, not since you informed everyone, but because you showed it without uttering anything.